I assume it's true. I assume it's in good faith. I assume there's just like there's some psychological issue there I don't understand about how they make it all make sense, but it's very strange to me. Do you have an opinion?
Because I always do this. I ask for sort of a general future, and then I try to press on specifics. And when you ask people for specifics on how it's going to kill us all, I mean, I don't think we need to get into this on an optimistic show, but you hear the same kinds of refrains. You think about, something trying to accomplish a task and then over accomplishing that task. You hear about sort of I've heard you talk about a sort of general over reliance of sort of
Yeah.
an understanding that the president is going to
Yeah.
be a AI, and maybe that is an over reliance that we would need to think about. And you play out these different scenarios, but then you ask someone why they're working on it, or you ask someone how they think this will play out. And I just, maybe I haven't spoken to enough people yet. Maybe I don't fully understand this cultural conversation that's happening. Or maybe it really is someone who just says 99% of the time I think it's going to be incredibly good. 1% of the time I think it might be a
Yeah,
disaster.
that I
I'm
can
trying to
understand.
make the best world
That I can
possible.
totally. If you're like, hey, 99% chance, incredible, 1% chance the world gets wiped out, and I really want to work to maximize to move that 99 to 99.5, that I can totally understand.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I've been doing an interview series with some of the most important people influencing the future. Not knowing who the next person is going to be, but knowing that they will be building something totally fascinating in the future that we've just described. Is there a question that you'd advise me to ask the next person, not knowing who it is?
I'm always interested in the like, without knowing anything about the person,
Yeah.
I'm always interested in the like, of all of the things you could spend your time and energy on. Why did you pick this one? How did you get started? Like, what did you see about this when before everybody else? Like most people doing something interesting sort of saw it earlier before it was consensus.
Yeah.
Like how did you get here and why this?
How would you answer that question?
I was an AI nerd my whole life. I came to college to study AI. I worked in the AI lab. I watched sci-fi shows growing up, and I always thought it would be really cool if someday somebody built it. I thought it would be like the most important thing ever. I never thought I was going to be one to actually work on it, and I feel like unbelievably lucky and happy and privileged that I get to do this. I like feel like I've like come a long way from my childhood. But there was never a question in my mind that this would not be the most exciting, interesting thing. I just didn't think it was going to be possible. And when I went to college, it really seemed like we were very far from it. And then in 2012, the AlexNet paper came out, done, in partnership with my co-founder Ilya. And for the first time, it seemed to me like there was an approach that might work. And then I kept watching for the next couple of years as scaled up, got better, better.